Jay Horwitz with amazing conversations with one of my closest friends in the game, Mr. Turk Wendell. Thanks for joining us, Turk.
Jay, it's always my pleasure to help you out and just be a part of your life, buddy.
Okay, Turk, let me ask you, would you be insulted if I called you eccentric?
Absolutely.
You would be, come on.
Jay,
Don't
you
think
know you
that-
can't insult me. Come on.
Before we start, what I want to talk about is, we're outdated now. I don't know if you remember. We got you in a trade with the Cubs in '97. You wanted 13. Alfonso was worth 30. We gave you 99. Now every club in baseball has a 99 now. I mean,
I don't think that was because of me.
but I mean, you were probably the only people to have 99. Then we were,
Well,
Gretzky
Mitch Williams had it in Philly for a little bit, and I was the first person in New York. But I think, let's be real. Aaron Judge has had a lot to do with that. And
Well,
Wayne
but that's
Gretzky.
after, but post Turk though. I mean,
Yeah.
Taiwan Walker had it after you. I remember we went through the whole thing. We set up some bands, but now you pick up what is it, 30 teams, 31 teams? Probably every team has got a 30, has got a 99 now.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's a unique, cool number, I
Yeah.
think. That's
Yeah,
one of the reasons I chose it.
Yeah, uniqueness, but we got to remember fans. You're speaking to a relief pitcher with the Mets who once pitched a 9 straight game. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. That will never happen today, will it, Turk?
No way. Because not only was it 9 games, but I think I threw 23 or 24 innings.
What did Bobby V have against you, Turk? He didn't like you?
No, nothing at all. I get paid to play. I get paid to pitch. So,
Yeah.
And I was on a roll, and I felt good. If I didn't feel good, I would have told him, I need a day off.
What happened for the 10th game, though? I forgot to ask you.
I don't know. I have no clue. Maybe it was a
Yeah.
blowout, and they didn't need me in the game at that point.
So you've settled now in Ardsley, Iowa, right? How did you settle there?
Adel, Iowa.
Iowa, near Des Moines, right?
Yeah, it's about 35, 40 miles out.
How did you settle in Day, Iowa?
Adel, Jay.
Adel.
Like the singer, Adele.
Like Bobby Riddell.
Yeah, not an R, an A.
I know, okay. How did you settle where you are?
Well, when I played AAA out here with the Iowa Cubs, I just fell in love with the area, the people, and then I lived here in the off seasons. Unfortunately, when I got married, my ex-wife now had a job in Denver, so that's where I kind of settled once I was married. And then after I retired, we got divorced, and I said once my son Wyatt graduates high school, who's my youngest of 2 children, that I would move back to Iowa. He graduated May 6th, and I was here May 15th.
Well, so how long have you been here for?
It's going to be 6 years this June or July.
The name of your ranch is
Waicoda.
After your daughter, Dakota.
Yeah.
So Wyatt, I know, is playing in the Arizona chain, playing minor league ball.
Yes.
So how is he doing?
Yeah, he's doing good. He got invited early to go to camp this year on the minor league side with, to be maybe that Justin guy for some big league games this spring. That Justin, just in case they need a backup.
How do you spell Justin?
Just call him the Jick or the Justin.
Yeah.
They call guys up just in case they need them for a fill-in or something like that. If someone gets hurt or doesn't get to his pitch limit too soon without getting enough outs or something like that. So,
and your daughter plays softball, right?
She's a soccer player, but now she's a police officer in Mankato now.
That's great. I mean, where did she go to school?
Mankato State.
And she played soccer. So, athletic kids,
Yeah, she was an All-American, both academically and athletically. So that was pretty cool for her. I mean, as far as women's athlete, they can't get much higher than that, other than if she went to play for maybe the Olympic team or something. Did
Wyatt take your number? What numbers did he wear?
They gave him 46. He's not at the point where he can pick and choose yet. He's just glad he's got a uniform.
So so you live on how many acres is your farm?
My farm is only 48 acres, but I have At least the 120 behind me, I have access to the 120 to my west. So it's about 300 acres right there at the house. And then there's about 6 or 7 other farms that I have access to that we settle around on.
You sent me some great videos, and we're going to show with this podcast. Probably my favorite is every farm has to have 2 cats, and we zeroed on the 2 cats. I thought it was Tom and Jerry. Now it's Tom and Sherry. But I
Yeah.
guess they had a lot of cats between them. It's not Tom and
Yeah,
Jerry.
they've had I think 3 litters so far, and I think
Wow.
I think it's pregnant again too. So probably gonna have some.
Explain to the people, why does every farm have to have cats?
Well, I mean, just to control the mice, you have feed with the cows, with the chickens, and everything. So there's always crumbles of food around, that kind of thing, and the little hiding places for mice, and it's just kind of the way it is. So you like to have these farm cats. A lot of times, they're not as nice as cats we have. I think it's because they get fed too much.
You had a picture you were feeding them. How many times a day do you feed them?
I feed them once or twice.
And where
Usually
do
in the
they stay?
in,
They stay outside.
yeah, I built them a little house. They like to stay in there. I got some straw for when it's cold out in the wintertime. So it's a little metal hut, dog house.
Turk, explain something to a guy born in New Jersey. You sent me videos. There were cows.
Pigs, chickens. There wasn't any sheep, Jay.
No, there's no sheep.
No.
So there were cows,
Cows, pigs,
pigs,
chickens.
chickens. One particular day, you had a good day. You got 24 eggs.
Yeah, that's usually about what I 20. I got 22 yesterday, so 20 to 24 eggs a day.
What do you make? Egg creams with them, Turk?
Make whatever you want. Omelets. You can do sunny side. You can do poached eggs. You can do hard boiled eggs. Like today, I'm having an egg salad sandwich for lunch.
Do you sell them at all, or no?
Yeah,
Or
I do a little bit of selling, and I do a lot of just giving away to my buddies.
what? They come by you a lot of eggs to spare and everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, think about it, Jay. I mean, I can't eat 24 eggs a day. All my buddies, my other farmer buddies, I'll give them eggs. Give some to the neighbors.
Do you
Heck, I
trade
was
off?
gone.
I mean, what do you get from your
Oh
neighbors?
yeah, no, we trade off. My neighbor, his wife's from Poland, so I gave him 158 eggs the other day. It was just over 13 dozen eggs. And she makes a lot of sourdough bread, some really good desserts. So they're always bringing me stuff like that.
Tell me about the chickens. I mean, how many chickens do you have?
Well, I guess I have at least 24, Jay, if I get 24 eggs a day. Math wasn't your strong suit.
No, no, no,
Uh,
no.
I have 2 roosters, and I think there's 25 or 26 laying hens.
So, what's your daily routine? When do you get up in the morning?
I get up about 4:30, quarter to 5.
And what do you do first?
Um, Probably usually take a leak.
Well, good, Turk. It's probably too much.
Shower. I'll shower and get a little breakfast. Go out, do some chores. I just started working for my buddy it's a company called Midwest Wheel, where they sell truck parts for big trucks and light duty trucks. So I'll do that for now in the summertime from 6 to 2. Then come home, do chores with the chickens and then the cattle and the pigs and stuff.
I,
The
I,
pigs won't be around much longer though. I think we're going to slaughter them next week.
and who do you give them to then?
We'll divide them up between 5 or 6 of my buddies, farmer buddies and stuff. We'll slaughter them
And
and then
another non-farm question: the cattle. What do you do? What do you do with
well,
the cattle?
we raise them. My buddies pretty much handle all that stuff. They raise them, and we slaughter 12 to 13 every year, and we divide them all amongst each other. So I'll usually get half a cow to a full cow. We slaughter them, let them hang for a couple weeks to age, and then we all get together with the wives and stuff, and cut them up and package them and label them. Burger and roasts and ribs, steaks, whatnot. And usually it's today's, we're doing, one of my good buddies is Farmer Matt. He does a lot of the video work for the stuff people are going to see with the cattle. And he'll split half a cow with me, and so it's kind of a cool, really friendship, live off the land, um, old school kind of thing.
Did you ever
If the
think to
girl,
get into this, Turk, when you were playing? I know I had dinner in your house when we were in Denver. I remember we were at the dinner table, and it was like a bear over my right shoulder.
yeah,
No, that was. I mean, how big of a farm did you have in Denver? Or
I had 220-acre ranch out there. It's kind of weird when you get out to the Midwest. No one really has a ranch; it's a farm. When you get out west, it's not a farm; it's a ranch. And I don't know if it depends on the acreage or just the geographic location of where you're at, but we had a house when I was married on a prestigious golf course, Castle Pines Golf Course in Castle Rock, and then 45 minutes south of there is where the ranch was.
I mean, did you think you'd be farmer Turk when you were playing, or how did this
No,
all
I
happen?
never. I always envisioned owning a land. I didn't envision actually being a farmer and growing crops and planting stuff. And it's really pretty cool. Even when I do the garden and can all my vegetables and stuff, uh, it's just so much fun. It's just such a great appreciation when you plant a seed in the ground and then all this grows and you see the deer eating it and the turkeys eating it. Just the simple fact that you planted that seed and it grew, it's pretty awesome. I mean, even the garden, I'll plant. I get so many pickles and so many zucchini and squash. I can't give them away enough.
Do you so all your meals you grow? I mean, you don't go to the downtown grocery shop to shop then, right? Or
Not usually. I mean, I go in there for butter, and we don't have any dairy cows, so yeah. But butter, milk, little things like that. Orange juice. No, I have a bunch of fruit trees, so I get a lot of blackberries, make jam for smoothies too. I have lots of peaches and apples. Um, I haven't had good luck with strawberries and blueberries for some reason.
how much help do you have, Turkey? Mainly do it yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Just do it myself. Like my buddies, they do the cattle thing and the chickens and all that. I do all that
Do
myself.
you miss the? I mean, because the answer is, what's the closest movie theater to you? Do you
You can get to the movies in 20-25 minutes.
so I mean, you were? I mean, do you miss that part of not being in the city, or are you kind of a done?
No, I'm okay being alone, being out by myself. But if I want to go in town, it's not that far. It's a lot closer here than it was in Colorado. I mean, in Colorado, my kids drove 52 miles one way to go to school every day.
Wow.
So 100.
I know. You love coming back to New York, and the fans love seeing you here. You've been back to Oldtimers a game. What's your memory of the Oldtimers a game first when you came back a couple of years ago?
It was really awesome, and the Coens just did an unbelievable job in the detail. They from swag to a ring to just being part of such a cool event that hasn't been that they didn't have it for a very long time, and hopefully they have it again because I got lots of feedback from it, and people thought it was going to be every year, but it was cool to get to know and talk to players from a different generation that I never got to talk to or meet, and you know, just that kind of interaction and seeing guys that I played with that I haven't seen in years, and joking about, man, these uniforms are a lot smaller today than they
I
used to be.
and, and you come back for a couple of fan events, and you could sense the excitement, right, with the people
Oh,
here.
absolutely. Yeah, tenfold. It's just the whole organization to me now, the way the Cones have taken over, and you've really taken a whole nother level of pride in not just being the owners, but being fans. That trickles down to everybody, really. It's just how everyone's treated now. And, how can you not be excited about that? I love coming back. I wish I was closer so I could come back more. And
And
I
the
love,
people still remember you, Turk. I
yeah.
see you. You're not you spend time with the people. You engage them. You talk to them. You just don't sign an autograph and leave, which is, that's the way to do things. And I know that's why the people always love having it for these kind of
Well,
events.
and that's kind of what it's all about. Being a player is not just being a player, and it's the respect for the fans. Of course, you're going to run into fans that are jerks, or players that are jerks, or having bad days and stuff too. That's just life. But to me, it's just what I think you owe the fans: the appreciation, the respect of. Um, you have the privilege and the humble honor of putting on a uniform and playing at the big league level every day, and their dedication to support you, because without the fans, the players are nothing.
I remember, Kirk, when you were a player, you came to us and wanted to start your own charity thing, and we used to call it Wendell Wednesdays. And one of the few players that I work with took the initiative to start their own charity stuff. And every Wednesday, he did something to give back to the community.
Yeah, and that's just the way that helped me stay grounded too, and just appreciate what I was able to do and try to give back. And having kids of my own, and then helping other privileged kids, if it's just putting a smile on their face for a day, it just makes you appreciate life and family and children and the whole thing. It's just, like I said, it's just a great honor to not just play baseball, but to be a Met. I mean, I'm a huge Met fan now, and
You still follow on TV, Turk?
oh yeah, absolutely. I grew up a Red Sox fan. I'm still a Red Sox fan, but I find myself watching more Met games now because I like to do a lot of stuff for you guys. Whenever you ask me to, I would do anything to support the Mets in any way, shape, or form, to promote the Mets and support the Mets.
How often do you see your son play, Turk?
Sure, I went and saw him last summer. I'm sure I'll go out wherever he is this summer and see him play. Um, Projection wise, I think he'd be in the big leagues hopefully within 2 to 3 years.
How proud would that make you for your
Oh, are
son?
you kidding me? Yeah, that would be unbelievable. I get more nervous watching him play than when I played.
Yeah.
And for me, he works so hard at it. And that, to me, seeing a lot of kids, coaching a lot of kids growing up, it's kind of a lost art. And I told him as a young kid, if he wanted to play, I would help him. But it takes a lot of hard work. And at 4 years old, he would say, "Dad, sit down and watch a game with me so I can learn." And he could tell you, guy didn't stay back on changeups, and why did he get out in front on that pitch? And, he's a student of the game, and you almost have to be now with the analytics and stuff. So he's way far above me as far as the whole analytics side of the game goes. But I'm very lucky because he's just a really good kid, and my daughter's unbelievable too. I mean, I considering all the stuff they had to go through as children.
With the Mets, is you part of a renaissance. 99 and 2000 for the first time in club history. We made the postseason 2 years in a row. A great bunch of guys. I always felt the 2000 team. Of course, we lost to the Yankees in 5 games. But I think by 4 runs or 5 runs. Probably the most unappreciated team. We never really got the credit we deserve because certain guy lost the first game. Who was the losing pitcher in game one?
Yeah, that was me, buddy.
Oh, it was you. I didn't know that. Turk. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I was the losing pitcher in game one in that extra.
A little, what, a 20 hop ground ball?
Yeah, a little flare by Visky, to left field.
Yeah. But those are a lot of great bunch of guys, with
Oh,
Todd and
great memories too.
Robin, and Fonzie and Big Mike, and it's a good group of guys, and we
Oh,
won a lot of games, and you were a big part of that
well, I
renaissance.
enjoyed every single minute of it. And a lot of people asked about the World Series. Of course, that's the goal by all 30 teams in spring training, but only one team's fortunate enough to lift the trophy at the end. But that's the pinnacle of your careers if you get to play in a World Series. I mean, I played and got to know a lot of players. Ryan Sandberg, Cub players, never got to play in a World Series, let alone win one.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Ernie crazy bunch of guys. You had Robin imitating Piazza sliding in Yankee
that was
Stadium.
really funny.
And Bobby V putting on his disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just a great group of guys, great
yeah,
characters. Everyone kept everybody loose. You know, you had guys from, like you said, Piazza to Al Leiter chewing his glove on the mound if he gave up a hit, uh, to Super Joe McEwing, being that super utility guy before super utility guys existed. Um, in Lenny Harris being the all-time pinch hit guy, and
yeah,
Matty Franco. There
yeah.
was so many guys that made that whole thing so special
Yeah.
and so
Except for
unique.
Mike, there wasn't really a quote superstar. You know, it was,
No, and I actually been asked that question a lot. Like, what separated you guys from, because Mike was basically your only big superstar player, and the only thing I can really put my finger on is the fact that nobody cared who got credit for winning the game as long as we won the game. And I think, not a huge discredit to the Yankees, but they have so many superstar players all the time that a lot of their egos clash because they all want to be the superstar. I mean, who really cares? If you've already got more money than you can spend, your focus should be on winning. That's it.
funny story. A couple of years ago, Benny Agbayani came in do it. So he did a TV thing. So I asked a TV guy to ask him a question, like when Benny didn't know it was coming. The question was, Benny, how come think Timo didn't run out the ball in game one? And Benny was so Benny's not gonna say a bad word about anybody,
Right.
but he
Well,
was
I
so
mean, he thought it was a home run. I mean,
yeah. I'm just kidding.
obviously he would have been probably sitting in the dugout before the ball got back to home if he knew it wasn't going to go over the fence because he was so fast. And truth be told, Timo Perez is one of the big, huge reasons we
No
even
question.
got there.
Jay Payton, Timo, and Payton,
Yeah,
everything.
Timo came in when Derek Bell got hurt and was a huge spark plug to that team and to the offense. That gets overshadowed by that one
Yeah, what a
blunder.
one thing. Hey, promise me one thing before we go. I like egg creams. You know what an egg cream is? It's
No.
milk, seltzer, and chocolate syrup. And I would love to put one of your eggs in my egg cream. So if you get a chance, could you autograph the egg for me? To Jay,
You bet, buddy.
fondly,
How
Turk.
many eggs do you want?
Two would be great.
Two?
Two eggs.
I gotta send at least a dozen.
What color eggs are they, Turk? Are they brown?
They're different colors. Here's a unique fact for you city folks, and the fact that Jay is a very much a city folk.
Oh, big time,
So when
Turk.
I collect the eggs every day, I don't have to put them in the refrigerator
Why not?
because they have a I don't know. I don't want to say the word shield. They have a coating over the egg that you can set them. And you go to Mexico, they don't put eggs in refrigerators.
Got it. You learn something
You
every
can
day,
set
Turk.
them. If you put them in the refrigerator, then they have to stay in the refrigerator. But if you wash them, then you have to put them in the refrigerator because there's a coating that helps keep the egg fresh. And so you can literally have eggs sitting out on your counter that are farm fresh eggs for 4 or 5 months.
Well, Turk, I got a great idea. The next day I come to City Field, we're gonna open up a stand, Turk Wendell autograph eggs.
Yeah,
It'd
farm
be a
fresh
bestseller.
eggs. I guarantee you we would sell a bunch of them.
Yeah,
Farm. I mean, tell you right now, I laugh because now Wyatt, after eating eggs every day for breakfast, he's kind of an egg snob. And my neighbor said the same thing about his kids. Once you have farm fresh eggs, you don't want other eggs.
we next time you come in, you got to promise me pack some eggs in your suitcase, and we'll sell them
I'll have
in
to
a little
carry them
stand
on.
out
I
in
don't know
right
if I
field.
can carry them if they'd let me, but I bet they would.
Turk,
You
you're the
laugh.
best,
I'm going to
man.
bring you some. You laugh.
Please,
Hell, I might even just send them to you.
yeah, Turk, Mr. Wendell, you're the best, man. You're a good friend, and
Jay,
can
I'm
always
only the
count
best
on
because
you.
you're the best.
Yeah, can always count, Mr. Reliability. I always count on you, and we'll bring it a couple of times this season. I promise you, Turk.
No worries, Jay. Whatever
Be
works.
safe.
Hey, you too, buddy.